John, you will have to forgive anything Fox News says. As you know, they're going through a period of tragedy, and we stand together as a country.
But you know, when I was a kid, my parents always used to bring us into Midtown Manhattan every year to see the burning of the Fox News Christmas tree. It was a tradition we all did.
What did Miss Betty Bowers said? I told them don't do your book burning at the same time as your tree lighting.
Hey, that's nothing. You should see what happens when you bring a Bible into that building.
Hey,
whoa!
Wow! Boom! Okay. Yeah, I don't. Didn't they call it? Somebody called it America's Christmas tree. That's. Hate to tell you, but that's at Rockefeller Center where MSNBC is. Eek.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're being official, then the national Christmas tree is in D.C.
Right, but America's Christmas tree has generally been referred to the Rockefeller Center tree, right, John? You're a New Yorker.
Yes.
I was looking for the sad story.
Yes, every year we have a majestic public execution of a giant Norwegian spruce in the middle of Rockefeller Center to show our devotion to baby Jesus, whose teachings Fox News opposes. It's a beautiful tradition we do every year.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, you also pointed out all the Republicans with guns Christmas cards. You said Christmas is a time for fake Christians to defecate on the New Testament with their loved ones. It is
really, you got to teach children at an early age to just ignore everything that baby Jesus grew up to fight for and to use his book as toilet paper. And so do it together as a family, preferably with the machines designed to kill lots of people. That's what baby Jesus would have wanted. And this is all coming the same week we learned that Devin Nunes is finally doing something to help the voters of his district for the first time by leaving the Republican Congress to go work directly under Donald Trump. Stephanie, never has a member of Congress fallen so horizontally.
You're right. Right. It's almost impossible. Oh, here, I'll need the tiniest of violins actually for this. This is, I don't know, some other Fox News contributor, John, said the man who burned down the Fox Christmas tree overnight in Manhattan was targeting the country.
Oh, God.
And trying to instill fear. That is entirely false, according to police, who say the man acted alone and the incident did not appear to be premeditated or politically motivated. They believed he was homeless, and they are investigating whether drugs or mental illness played a factor. The Fox contributor said, we're going to rebuild it. We're going to, because it's not just a Fox News tree. This was America's tree.
Oh, my God. They're talking about like it was 9/11.
Are you saying they're investigating whether drugs and mental illness were a factor in the tree burning or the Fox News broadcast about the tree burning? I didn't quite get
Let's hope the investigation seeps inside the building. That would be good.
Yeah, boy, it's been crazy. In the middle of all of this, though, we got Josh Duggar.
Yes.
Being sentenced for his crime. So I wrote a little poem.
Okay.
Oh, please, yes.
There once was a homophobe, Huckabee, a bigot blessed by divine Luckabee. But when he fought for Josh Duggar, this pedophile hugger proved he was just one more big fake Christian schmuckabee. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Poet laureate John Fugelsang. Sir John Fugelsang, ladies and gentlemen.
I just this week, between Matt Gaetz promising us he would make Donald Trump the Speaker of the House and the Supreme Court on the verge of criminalizing abortion, can the Democrats thank the Republicans for doing all they're doing to drive up turnout for the midterms?
Oh, my God.
I swear to God, I'm all terrified no one's going to show up to vote, and SCOTUS and Gates are really trying to get sane people out.
Oh, my God. Can I have my Barada again, please? This actually is Bannon music. This is, now that you bring it up, it is terrifying. Matt Gaetz warned, right? They will make Trump Speaker. The idea becoming increasingly popular in the MAGA universe. President discussed the possibility with Gates. I'm sorry, did I say I meant fake president? And other right-wing lawmakers. Trump would wield tremendous power over the legislative process, says one analyst. Trump would effectively decide whether bills that keep the government open or raise the debt ceiling reach the House floor. He forced a government shutdown during his own term, called on GOP lawmakers not to lift the debt ceiling earlier this year. It's not hard to imagine Trump instigating for a prolonged shutdown or even a national default if he thinks it would help him and hurt Biden. The most urgent concern, however, is the Speaker currently has the power to effectively decide the outcome of the 2024 election. I wonder if that has anything. What if Speaker Trump, claiming once again the election was stolen from him, simply refuses to convene the session. There's no other mechanism to count the Electoral College votes. Without a count, the rest of the process breaks down. The current terms of Biden and Harris would expire at noon on January 20th, 2025. Under the 20th Amendment, control of the executive would then pass on to the acting president for as long as the House refuses to count the electoral votes or until the next election is held in 2028. Under the Presidential Succession Act of 1947, the acting president in this scenario would be Donald Trump! I thought the rats were in my house were keeping me up at night. Oh my God! I mean, John, I know it's far-fetched, right? But is anything far-fetched anymore in this Trump apocalypse?
Yes, there is, because here's why. Don't worry about this. I think it'd be hilarious to watch Trump as whiner of the House. Watching him trying to keep control of his caucus. We know from the 80s he's not good at controlling that.
Right, see what you did there.
But here's the deal. The Speaker of the House has to do what we call work. Speaker of the House doesn't get to watch Fox News till 1 p.m. every day. He would hate it. I mean, you're assuming that they could pull this off because he'd be competent and show up for the job. He wouldn't. He isn't. This is all that they do is try to get the MAGAs inspired and fired up and wanting to go and do their bidding. He will never be Speaker of the House, and he'll never be president again. Although, I'm still hoping he becomes the nominee. I really do. I think Trump without Twitter is a lot easier to beat than DeSantis, per se. So, I think let Trump go on continuing to destroy the Republican Party. And let's not forget, impeached twice. He lost the White House, the House, and the Senate. And he lost the popular vote twice. That's in just 4 years.
So Hal Sparks thinks he's definitely not running. I just smell more sexy liberal money. I think watching two super hot men fight should be our next sexy liberal event.
Well, I don't know if he's going to run. I know he's on the grift right now, and he wants us to. You guys subscribe to Donald Trump's mailings? I'm getting like
sure.
7 a day.
No, I do not.
I'm getting like 7 a day. He's trying to squeeze every last nickel out of these rubes.
And he'll do that as long as he can, right? As much money
as
all
it's about. It's all a grift, so it all depends on how he can grift the most money. I mean, he might do what he did again and run planning to not win just to get more money out of people.
Yeah.
He owes Deutsche Bank a lot of dough, and they're coming knocking. Believe me, that's motivating everything this guy does.
Well, and
by the way, he confessed that he confessed to the real reason he fired Comey just the other day, that he actually fired him and that he might not have finished his term if he hadn't fired Comey.
Yes.
So it's right there, Merrick Garland. Go back to sleep, please. Please go back to bed, Merrick Garland. You need more rest.
John, what was I going to say? Well, I mean, that's the other thing is, it may not put him in jail, the Tish James, the New York stuff, but in terms of finances, you're right. It could, that could seriously blow up, whatever he has left, right? In terms
That's
of
the rest of his life.
Whatever he owes lenders for fictionalizing. Is that the word?
They're going to start to
criming
his assets. They're going to start seizing his assets in the next 2 years, like his hotel properties. It's going to begin. So expect him to be more erratic and more crazy. In other words, everything's normal in America.
Yes, right. So we talked to Glenn Kirshner. He always gives us hope that justice is in fact coming. This was a huge smackdown of Trump, right, by the court saying, and I think it was John Dean said, I think they're going to have the documents within 3 weeks. That there's no way the Supreme Court, is going to take this up. What do you think?
And we'll get his tax returns as well. I mean, look, it's like. This is happening because we as a society are allowing it to.
Right.
That's it. This is happening because the Democrats are bringing the best possible morality to a knife fight. And it's happening because Donald Trump supporters have about as high moral standards as Donald Trump. Robert Mueller handed them 10 counts of obstruction of justice that they could have impeached him for. They had 2 impeachments. They didn't even slip him in. The Democrats need to start playing offense on this guy and against his minions. They need to stop being a human piñata.
Yeah.
They need to start really finding creative ways to strike and
I agree. I keep
economic recovery and make this guy fight for his own survival. Make Donald Trump scared, people. That's what we need right now. And that's going to inspire people to vote, and it's going to make conservatives respect you more. But trying to be, Gandhi at Slugfest is not going to earn the respect of it.
I keep saying, John, I don't want to have to lie and cheat like they do, but I do think that you're right. You got to bring, at least a knife to a knife fight. So, I think that, like, for instance, on the gerrymandering, they do it, and then we go, no, we want to play fair. So instead of, but I'm just saying it's like money. Democrats are the ones that want to get dark money and want to get money out of politics. But what are you going to do? Until we get enough Democrats in to do that, you got to do the same stuff they do to whether it's money or whether it's you got to be as ruthless as they are about gerrymandering. I get that, Democrats want a fair fight. We win in a fair fight. But the problem is, you're right, John, you have to go in knowing they're not going to fight fair.
So, the guy who's trying to kill you for the insurance money.
Yes.
He's doing the same to me. And yeah, it's not enough that I do my show at What the Hell O'Clock on Sirius XM, which is great, by the way. Ray Fine is going to be on.
Oh,
and, we got some great guests
yes.
coming up. Kathleen Turner's coming back.
Team Progress. Yay.
So I'm doing this video series called Caffeinated,
yes.
Political Voices Network, because this guy's killing me for the insurance money.
Right.
And our last one was about Manchin and Sinema, the loathed celebrity couple Manchinima, and what would it take to get them to actually fight for progress as much as they're fighting to obstruct progress.
Yeah.
And I believe, call me naive, but we the people can do a better job at bribing our public officials than lobbyists. I'm just old-fashioned that way. This is my Bribe Back Better plan. Yes. And you can watch the video or watch my new one, which is called 10 Facts About Illegals for Racist Idiots.
Yeah.
Because I did it dressed as Jesus in Central Park, and I'm probably going to be excommunicated by the end of today's working day. So please check that out. But again, bribery. There's corruption we can do. Coercion. I mean, come on. There's got to be photos of Joe Manchin doing something somewhere, or at least make him believe there is. I'm serious. Dirty backroom dealings, and let's start slugging it out with these guys.
Yes.
Or we can
listen.
Stacey Abrams 49 times.
All right. Take John Fugelsang in any form you can get him. I recommend the pill form. However, he's part of the big news this week. Sexy Liberal Podcast Network joining forces with MSW Media, Mueller, She Wrote Media. What is it? MSWmedia.com.
Yes.
We have joined forces, all the Sexy Liberal podcasts joining the Mueller, She Wrote network. And very, very exciting. It is, what did we decide? It's the Marvel and the DC superhero.
No, somebody on Twitter gave me a good example. It's like the X-Men universe finally joined with the Avengers universe in one Marvel Cinematic Universe where everyone is together.
Right. AG and I decided, instead of fighting over hot men like Hal Sparks and Bob Seska and John Fugelsang and Glenn Kirshner and Frank Laguzzi, who are on her network, we're all joining forces.
Yep.
Amazing.
To save democracy. So anyway, but this is how you fight back. Download all of these podcasts. The more downloads we get, the more ad sales we can do. Keep all of these amazing voices like John Fugelsang.
Yes.
He's done more interviews for Sanity Cast, so please download
Sanity Cast
all.
returning next week. Finally.
And the best way to get people to find these podcasts is to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
That puts us up to the top of lists, and it gets eyeballs on us and ear holes in us too.
That's right. Yep. That's right. So sexyliberal.com still for John Fugelsang, Hal Sparks, Frangela, Bob Seska, Stephanie Miller's Happy Hour, Unprecedented, Kimberly Johnson, all of our superheroes joining Glenn Kirshner and Frank Laguzzi and Daily Beans. On and on and on. So, John, we love you in every form. You're the hardest working man in show business.
Well, I don't know about that. There is, Melania's GYN, but I mean, I do my best, and I want to thank you. And I want to say December 8th should never have been the day we mourn John Lennon's death. It should have been the day we mourn Ann Coulter's birth. Remember that.
Yes.
Ow.